gentlemen, it's our main event. Please welcome to the ring now, from Manchester, Jamie Moore.
Golden opportunity for the young, talented and hungry Salford southpaw, Jamie Moore. We were expecting the ring walk of Newport's temperamental banger Paul Samuels, but last weekend he pulled out with a virus. Monday lunchtime, Moore's mobile rang, offering him the chance to fight for the British and Commonwealth Light Middleweight titles, and his answer, immediate. Let's get it on. Betting underdog, less pressure. Spencer, little to lose.
Well, it's a massive chance for Jamie Moore. Coming at short notice, but must fancy the job. Otherwise, he wouldn't have taken it. He's not a journeyman. 16 wins out of the 17 contests. So he wouldn't have taken it if he wasn't totally confident in his ability to win.
Looks very calm and composed, and has brought a few fans here too. Fancies his chances.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the ring the current Commonwealth champion from Liverpool, Destiny, Michael.
What an atmosphere. Loyal fans. Will we be finally able to answer one of British
Ladies and gentlemen, a very warm welcome to Everton Park Leisure Centre for tonight's championship boxing, proudly presented by Barry Hearn for Ringside Boxing Promotions, in association with Prince Promotions and Matchroom Sport. All sponsored here by PokerMillion.com for a great game of online poker. Ladies and gentlemen, this is 12 rounds of boxing for the vacant British title and the coveted Commonwealth Light Middleweight Championship. And a very warm welcome to our viewers joining us live and exclusive here on Sky Sports. You've joined us for the very best ringside seat in the business. All the officials have been appointed by the British Boxing Board of Control in association with the Commonwealth Council. Supervisor at ringside, Mr. Dennis Lockton. Steward in charge is Honour Alan Simpson. Our inspectors, Steve Ray, Ron Warburton, Jeff Bolter, and Kevin Leaf. Our three medical officers, Dr. Stead, Dr. Thomas, and Dr. Levan. Our timekeeper at the bell is Mr. Paul Webster, and when the action begins, a referee in charge from Wolverhampton is Mr. John Coyle. They are the officials, here are the contestants, and firstly the challenger. He's fighting out of the red corner. He wears the black trunks trimmed with silver, weighing in 10 stone, 13 pounds, 10 ounces, bringing a 17-fight record, 16 wins, 11 inside the scheduled distance, and just 1 loss. He's from Manchester. Please welcome Jamie Moore. And now, ladies and gentlemen, comes the champion. He's fighting under the blue corner, wearing the white trunks trimmed with gold. Weighing in at 10 stone, 13 pounds, 10 ounces. An undefeated professional record. 17 contests, 17 wins, 7 inside the scheduled distance. He is the reigning and defending Commonwealth champion. Ladies and gentlemen, making his first defense, he's from the beautiful city of Liverpool. It's Destiny, Michael Jones. Let's get the action underway. 12 rounds of boxing for the vacant British title and the coveted Lonsdale belt and the Commonwealth Light Middleweight Championship.
Gentlemen, let me just remind you of those 3 things. Obey my instructions, obey the rules, and let's see good sportsmanship. Shake hands. Good luck.
Fascinating tactical tussle for the vacant British 11 stone belt, and with Michael Jones's Commonwealth title also at stake. The enormous light middleweight once more on home turf. He was expecting another tall boxer with big hooks in Paul Samuels. He's had 5 days to rethink his strategy against this small, strong and muscular southpaw who can rough it up with his quick and clever combinations. This may come down to who can adapt better at this late notice.
We'll expect Jones to box on the outside, pushing out that long jab and putting those combinations together, whereas Jamie Moore's going to look to get inside and work the body of Jones.
Moore must find a way past the 73-inch reach, that extended jab. One other interesting factor to add to the equation, keep your eye on the left elbow of Michael Jones, because it kept him out for 9 months last year, a build-up of calcium. He has been struggling with that for a while, but the operation went well, and he said he's using it better than ever in the gym. Different in the ring.
Yeah, it certainly is. You don't know if that's going to play on his mind.
Sharp right hand as Jones attempts to get his skills working. Jamie Moore, who has the edge in power. He stopped 11 of his 16 victims inside the distance, but he's got to get inside.
Yeah, we can see the pattern of the fight already developing, with Jones trying to keep it at long range on the back foot. Jamie Moore trying to get inside to work those hooks.
Jones, who can be a slow starter, when he won the Commonwealth title against Joshua Onyango in this ring. He had a dodgy first 4 or 5 rounds settling down. Can Moore exploit him early? He's breaking down the jab, or at least attempting to. Jamie Moore gets in with one of his own. Jones, of course, who has to jab down tonight with this big height difference. How tricky will that be for him?
Well, this is another factor in this fight. He was training for Paul Samuels, who's another tall light middleweight. All of a sudden, he's got a short, stocky one in front of him, so you don't know how that's going to affect him either. I'm sure Jones has had enough experience through the amateurs and pros to be able to adapt to styles. And a very close first round there.
Michael Jones with the experienced team of Ray Farrell and Maurice Corr in there. was originally with Chris Sanagar, part of the Bristol boys, but has felt his career has been reignited by working with the quiet Mancunian, well respected in these parts.
Some of the good work here from Jones early on, getting through with a jab, but more retaliating with one of his own.
Corner 10 seconds. Round 2.
Here's the second round. We're in the 11 stone, 154-pound division. It's the white and gold trunks of Michael Destiny Jones. From here in Liverpool, the Speke district that he's trying to fight his way out of. Groomed on the rough streets, as was Jamie Moore, his opponent from Salford in the black. Such a Tyson-esque appearance to him when he turned professional in 1999. Burst on the scene, really, Jamie Moore, with impressive knockouts, quick fire combinations, but has got that one blip on his record, the defeat to Scott Dixon when he ran out of gas. Will stamina come into play? Big point.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the fight, if we go back to the fight, he was really dominating against Dixon. Looked like he was on the verge of winning and just run out of steam, but was only young. He's still only 24 now. He's probably learnt a lot from that fight, and it's made him a better fighter.
Just trying to get first off with his punches, Jamie Moore. May have the advantage in speed. Remember those raking punches of Jones take time to reach. And Moore will try to provide the angles and not give him the room.
He's working well behind the jab in this round, Moore. Beating Jones to the jab. Jones with a good few inches in reach advantage, so he's boxing quite nicely here in the second round.
Setting the pace, Jamie Moore. Is it one he can keep up with? He was due to fight on the bill tonight, but that was in an 8-rounder, and this, well, it's for 2 championships. It's a massive step up. Jones has not been able to get into his rhythm at all yet. Moore's making it hard. Battle of the jabs at the moment.
Here Jones just trying to find his rhythm. Moore doing the right thing, just stalking forward, not allowing Jones to set himself, not allowing Jones to get off with his own jabs. This is good tactics by Jamie Moore early on here.
Good start from the man who's come in at such short notice. Midday Monday, he got the call. And trainer Oliver Harrison, he started with Steve Foster. Oliver's always been in the background with Jamie, and they admitted to me when I came up on Tuesday this week that they hadn't really seen any videos and they hadn't talked tactics at all. They haven't had much time.
Well, sometimes can be the best way. Here we see some of the good work. Jamie Moore a good few inches shorter, but beating Jones to the jab. He's doing the right thing, Moore stalking forward, getting off first with the shots. And he's broke Jones's rhythm here.
Corner 10 seconds. Round 3.
Here's a third round of the 18th professional fight for both Michael Jones and Jamie Moore. The difference, Jones yet to be beaten. 17-0. And a really prestigious amateur as well, who had 91 bouts and won 4 national titles, a string of multi-nations, and boxed some of the best in the world. Moore, a good amateur, told me that he's only ever been destroyed once, and that was by Ricky Hatton, who's here ringside, and they're now best friends. He's doing well here, isn't he?
He is doing well, started this contest very well indeed. He's taking the fight to Jones. Jones can't get into his rhythm. And at the moment, Moore just being first to the punch. Good shot there.
Terrific counter. Down goes Michael Jones for only the second time in his professional career. Well, well, well. Are we looking at the signs of a big domestic upset here? Michael Jones has a real battle on his hands now. How's he going to cope under the pressure?
Jones needs to get behind the jab, needs to get on his bike. Pushing out threes and fours, keeping it at long range. At the moment, Moore's fighting his fight, getting inside, beating Jones to the punch.
Interesting thing Jones told me this week was that he was scared a little bit of Paul Samuels, but he didn't fear Jamie Moore in any way. I wonder if he might just have underestimated him a touch. What do you think?
Maybe he has, maybe it's a change of styles, and styles make fights. At the moment, this is where Jones needs to be on the end of the jab. He needs to be keeping it at long range. He's allowing Moore to get inside, and that's Moore's fight. Moore's the short, stocky person, likes to work the hooks. Jones should be now flicking out that jab, keeping it at range.
Well, Jamie Moore answered the call, and he is answering those doubters at the moment. But it is early, and we thought it may be a fast start from Morsey, as he calls himself, the amiable 24-year-old from Salford. Again, he catches him with the left hand, and those fans that have made the short trek down to Liverpool are making a lot of noise, and he wouldn't have brought them if he didn't think he could really win this, would he?
Oh, he looked very confident coming into the ring. He was obviously up for the contest. You don't have a 17-fight record with 16 wins and not fancy the job. You wouldn't take the job otherwise.
There's blood from Michael Jones's nose as well, and it's been a torrid 3 rounds for the Commonwealth champion. Let's have a look at the knockdown, Spencer.
Yeah, lovely shot there. Just as Jones was coming in to throw the right hand to the body, Moore see the opening, counter punch. Jones dropped that left hand, got caught with the hook. Lovely short shot from Moore. Moore now knows that he can hurt Jones, and he'll grow in confidence from that. Some of the good action later on in the rounds. Again, Moore getting close, landing that right hand. Lovely little shot. Jones fighting the wrong fight at the moment, trying to stand inside for Moore. He needs to keep it at long range.
But this is a man who won welterweight gold in the Liverpool multi-nations, won a bronze at a Commonwealth Federation event. Very talented boxer. Does he just need to get into his rhythm now, and how does he do that?
That's exactly what he needs to do. Jones boxes best on the back foot, boxes best at long range. He's got that sort of style. We've seen it in the amateurs, and now he's carried it over to the pro ranks. He's got beautiful boxing skills, but at the moment, he's decided to stand toe-to-toe with Jamie Moore, and it's suiting Jamie Moore.
Blood under the right eye as well of Moore, who's not afraid to take 1 or 2 to land his own. A very good win in this ring over Delroy Mellis. Stopped him in 6 rounds and had to go through 1 or 2 pain barriers to do that. He looks so relaxed in there.
I tell you what, Moore's the one that looks like the champion in there at the moment. He's the one that looks relaxed. Jones looks very uneasy.
Gum shield out. Michael Jones. And and there's blood to the face. He's breathing heavily already. He's never really got going, Jones. That jab's got to come into effect, and quickly, you'd have thought.
Well, this is where he should be throwing it now. He should be pumping that jab out, keeping it at range, and then away again, moving. Jamie Moore's a fighter that likes to come forward, plant his feet, and bang in the big shots. Jones shouldn't be allowing him to do that. At the moment, Jamie Moore boxing a brilliant fight.
A calm, mature performance from Jamie Moore, who looks so at ease in there as he's breaking down the distance, getting his own combinations off, and giving Michael Jones an absolute nightmare at the moment. And we say at the moment because there's a long way to go.
There is, but Moore in total control in there at the moment. Everything Jones is doing isn't working for him. He's falling short, he's looking ragged. Moore's the one that looks nice and comfortable in there.
Again, the blood dribbles from the nose of the 6'1" light middleweight, one of the tallest in the world, Michael Jones. Been training so hard in the Phil Martin Centre, very, very dedicated. The quiet man from Speak spends his time out of the ring, playing golf and fishing, and shuns the publicity. But questions are being answered now about his ring ability.
Well, a solid right hand again from Moore, landing on the bridge of the nose of Jones, cause more bleeding, and another round for Jamie Moore there.
Ricky Hatton, Jamie Moore's best friend, has been up at ringside shouting at Jamie. I mean, he must be absolutely impressed with the way his pal is doing. Jamie saying that he gets his inspiration from seeing fighters like Michael Brodie and Ricky Hatton come through from Manchester, the local lads. Look at the punches landed already. So much more in favour of Moore, and it's been the quality and accuracy of him tonight.
It really has. Look at the way there. Moore slips on the outside of that jab, counter punch with his own shots. There we see the right hand through the middle. That's worked for him from the first bell. Jones is the one that's got all the problems. Jones is the one that needs to adapt his style, get on the long of the end jab, get on the end of the jab, and start moving that head. But at the moment, it's all Moore.
Here's the 5th round. Remember the vacant British Light Middleweight title that Wayne Alexander gave up to move up to middleweight on the line, and the first defence of Michael Jones's Commonwealth belt. This, the round in which Jamie Moore fell apart, having been in control against the London-based Scott Dixon in July 2001 on that big velodrome show. That saw the upset of Anthony Farnell by Takaloo as well. He's come back well from that, hasn't he, Spencer?
Yeah, he really has. That's what I said. He was only a young boy, 22 years of age. He's obviously learned a hell of a lot from that. Sometimes a defeat can be good for a fighter. Jamie Moore's obviously learned from that. He hasn't got excited, hasn't rose to the occasion today, and he's boxing beautifully at the moment.
That's what he told us earlier in the week. That defeat was the best thing he could have learned. He changed trainers. He's been working with Joe Dunbar, who's Lennox Lewis's conditioner, and he says he feels in the shape of his life. Can Michael Jones come back? This is better from the Liverpool fighter. But the gum shield knocked out again by Jamie Moore for the 2nd time. John Coyle stops the action to get the gum shield. Why does that keep coming out?
Well, he's obviously keeping his mouth open, which is a dangerous thing to do. You get caught on the jaw when your mouth's open, the jaw can quite easily break. He's got clinching on his gum shield. And again, Moore getting through with that right hand.
Styles make fights. And Jamie Moore has exactly the skills to give Michael Jones fits, or can the stylist regain his composure, start using the jam and his long right hand, and control the middle of the ring again. More blood from the nose of Michael Jones, which is giving him trouble.
Yeah, you know, we were talking about the gum shield there. I think that's the reason why the gum shield's coming out. Jones can't actually breathe through that nose, and he's just trying to suck air through the mouth. And Jamie Moore just beating Jones to the punch at the moment. Jones needs to change tactics, get on the back foot, and start trying to work behind the jab. Because at the moment he's playing into Jamie Moore's hands.
Fascinating on paper, as intriguing in reality. Good domestic matchup here at the Everton Park Sports Centre in Liverpool.
How you fighting, man? Mate, you got to keep him on the back foot. Yeah. All the time, man. He ain't come with you. Keep him on the back foot. Yeah. Okay. All right.
Ray Farrell saying you've got to keep him on the back foot all the time.
Well, here we see some of the work from Jones, pushing Jamie Moore on the back foot. He's tried everything in there so far, Jones. He's tried boxing at long range, he's tried pushing him back. Here we see where the gum shield comes out. Just a little short hook, I think. Jones is struggling to breathe through the nose. So he seems to be gulping up air through the mouth. That's the reason the gum shield keeps coming out.
Well, so far, so good for the Salford Southpaw in only fight number 18, with his 69-inch reach, 4 inches less than Jones, having all the effect because he's getting inside. This is the round in which Michael Jones started very fast against Joshua Onyango, caught him with a left hook and stopped him after 5 poor rounds to win the Commonwealth belt last year. But are there signs of panic in this encounter?
Well, there should be, because I've got Jones falling miles behind at the moment. For me, Moore's the one winning every round in there. He's the one getting off first for the punch. Jones needs to take the fight to him, or needs to change the tactics. At the moment, he's just standing there with Moore and allowing Moore to get off with the shots first.
Good defensive work as well from Jamie Moore. Well schooled himself. And the gum shield again comes loose from Michael Jones. He's gulping for air and having big problems breathing. Body shots come in from Jamie Moore. Beautiful, says Oliver Harrison in the corner. Well, no pressure on him. He is fighting the fight of his life. Can he keep it up?
Well, Jones trying to box to instructions. He's got through with a good right hand there, just to seem to stop Moore in his tracks.
Not a big puncher, Michael Jones, but has stopped 7 inside the distance. And he's really trying to wheel those hooks in as Moore keeps the elbows tight. He's trying, Michael Jones, so hard.
Yeah, credit to him. He's trying to box to instructions here. His trainer's told him to push Moore on the back foot. He's doing exactly that. And this is a good round for Jones here.
Electrifying atmosphere here in Liverpool after the Merseyside derby finished with the Reds getting the points. That would have pleased Michael Jones, a Liverpool fan. But he's having far more trouble in the ring than Messrs. Michael Owen and Danny Murphy did at Goodison Park. The gun shield out again, 3rd time. Oh, it's so tough in there for Michael Jones with that nose.
Well, big shots going in now from Jones.
just nods at him. What a fight we have here for the British and Commonwealth Light Middleweight titles. Let's see how Jamie's friend Ricky Hatton is seeing it at ringside. He's with Ed Robinson.
Well, Ricky, what a great start from your friend Jamie Moore.
It's absolutely fantastic. I would say that's probably the first round I've given Jones. He's really struggling with this southpaw style. Jamie looks really composed, really sharp, and he's boxing absolutely fantastic.
Richard Williams, the IBO Light Middleweight champion. It seems like Jamie Moore is actually outboxing the tall boxer.
Absolutely, he's first with the leads, he's hitting him with counter shots. He's boxing beautiful. He looks so composed as well, and Jones at the moment is playing catch up. So,
Ricky, some question marks over Jamie Moore's stamina in a 12-round battle.
Well, that's the thing, he's so far in front, but in a 12-round fight, the fight can change so many times, but this boy from Manchester can fight, don't you worry about that.
Thank you.
Perfect point there from Ricky Hatton. It can all change so quickly. This is the furthest that Jamie Moore has been in his professional career. But it's Michael Jones that has all the problems so far. Will Moore's stamina last? Will Jones somehow claw his way back and get a foothold in this, what's proving the toughest fight of his life?
Well, Jones really dug deep in that last round to try and turn things around. Let's see if he can sustain that sort of pressure.
Nearly everybody we've spoken to over the last week, including the other light middleweights and the critics and pundits, said that Michael Jones wins middle rounds or on point. I don't think I saw anyone, apart from the Jamie Moore camp, who thought that Moore would win this. Great right hook on the inside, and Michael Jones again in trouble here in the 7th. Gum shield out for the 4th time. He flings his long arms out, almost in desperation, Jones, as Moore keeps the pressure on. He's never taken a backward step, has he?
That's the sheer strength of Moore in there at the moment. Jones just can't keep him off.
Look at the look on Michael Jones's face. Normally he looks so composed when he's in control. Oh, he walks into a left counter this time from Jamie Moore, who's been very accurate tonight. This is new territory. He did fold against Scott Dixon quite alarmingly. Could it happen again? Doesn't look like it at the moment.
Certainly doesn't. He looks like he's enjoying himself in there at the moment, Adam. He's got a little smile on his face. Jones is the one who looks in desperate trouble. He can't do anything to turn this around. He's tried everything. And now Jamie Moore getting off with good shots again.
Jamie Moore ranked about 8th in the country. Michael Jones arguably 3, 4. He's got a win over Takaloo as well early on in his career. What a scalp this would be for Jamie Moore. Uppercuts as well, and he just hasn't been able to get going, Michael Jones, with this nip and tuck, tricky box fighting style. Good left hand, and you felt Jones sag there.
Yeah, it seemed dip at the knees, and just previous to that, Jamie Moore getting off with the jabs every time. 2 big shots went in there. The legs of Jones have gone again.
Big shots from Moore going in at the end of the 7th, and is he in the brink of a dramatic victory here in Michael Jones' backyard? Let's listen to Ray Farrell.
You got to pull like this. Pull this out. Right? Yeah. All right. Okay. Well, listen, Michael, it's going. I'm sure you know that. Yeah. You got to pull something out here. Well, you got to show him. This is how he goes. You got to show him. You got to show him that you're the boss. Okay? You're champion, Mike. Come on, you got to show him that you're a champion. Don't get down there for nothing, man. Come on, you got to dig in, Mike. You got to dig it out now. Bad as it sounds, you got to do it.
Wonderful corner sound there. Morris caught with the motivation. Ray Farrell saying you've got to do something. But what, Spencer?
Who knows when he's getting hit with right hands like that? Excellent shot, really rocks him down to the soles of his boots.
Oliver Harrison there saying this has gone absolutely perfectly. Don't mess it up now. Well, listen to the crowd now. Morsey in Liverpool. Will he conquer the local fighter in his backyard at short notice and with all the odds stacked against him? He's been sensible, he's been solid, and he's been efficient, and he's way ahead on your card.
Yeah, that really does reflect the true score there.
Right hand, Gumshield flies out of the ring this time from Michael Jones. I don't know whether John Coyle noticed that. It's been thrown back into Ray Farrell, but Jones cannot keep that Gumshield in as the precision of Jamie Moore continues to roll. Oh, again, Jones is caught with a left hand, and is it now just a matter of time?
Surely it is. His face is looking a mess in there now. Jones needs to start moving that head, he needs to move the waist. He's been hit by the right hand all night, beaten to the jab. And at the moment, definitely looks like he's coming second here.
He's noticed the gum shield now. Is there any chance, Spencer, he could take a point off because he keeps losing that gum shield?
Do you think that they would take a point off because the gum shield does keep coming out?
Well, Jamie Moore impressed us early on with knockout wins over the likes of Cassie Cowo, Wayne Shepherd and Richie Murray. But this is a new level, a big leap up in class. And Michael Jones was saying earlier this week he will not know what has hit him, but he's never been allowed to fight his fight, has he?
No, Moore's broke the rhythm from the opening bell. He's the one that's boxed his fight. Superb performance from Jamie Moore.
Into the trenches, where Moore hasn't been before and Jones has never been past 8. It's been terrific from the 24-year-old Salford fighter. By what he saw Ricky Hatton do to Vince Phillips at the MEN Arena a couple of weeks ago. A regular on the boxing circuit, Jamie Moore. Such an affable guy, and I know it will mean the world to him if he can win these titles. Very happy, Oliver Harrison. Look at the jabs landed. 3 times as many to Jamie Moore, and the jab is Michael Jones's potent shot.
I was going to say, wouldn't you expect that to be the other way around? I mean, Jamie Moore landing 3 jabs to 1.
Don't drop your hands. You've got your second win now. People work.
And this is some of the action in and round again. The gum shield coming out. Jamie Moore just slipping on the inside, letting the right hand go. And that really has been the story of this contest.
Colin, 10 seconds.
And again caught with the right hand. He's not doing nothing about that at all. He needs to get the hands up, he needs to move the waist.
Further than either of them have ever been. And what a grueling fight we've had here. But it's Jamie Moore in the black trunks and black boots at the moment in total control, and Michael Jones has got to do something and do it quickly. He calls himself Destiny. D for determination, E for effort, S for strength, T for technique, I for intelligence, N for number 1 U. but he hasn't lived up to that so far here. The gum shield comes out. I think that's the 6th time. Time for John Cole to take a point off.
Surely it's got to be. The gum shield can't keep coming out. It's the 6th time it's happened. Surely John Cole has got to do something about it, but again, a big right hand from Jamie Moore going in.
Shown a good chin. Michael Jones only been down once in that 3rd round. But the nose looking worse and worse, and the legs starting to look shaky too for Michael Jones. And you wonder whether he has the punch power to get himself out of this.
It doesn't look that way at the moment, and Jamie Moore systematically busting Jones up. There's a nice little bit of retaliation there from Jones, but very rare we see it.
And as far as stamina goes, Jamie Moore has answered the question so far. Well, the gum shield out of Michael Jones's mouth as Jamie Moore continues to rattle in those body shots, and the left hand, which has hardly missed all night. This terrific former amateur Michael Jones, who had 26 appearances in an England vest. He said he fought all sorts of southpaws and types of opponents, but he obviously never fought anyone quite like Jamie Moore.
Well, Moore doing a real number on him in there. Surely he can't take too much more.
Must be feeling the pace too, you'd have thought, Jamie Moore. Can he hold on? He rips in another body shot. Those have been part of his repertoire since the day he turned professional, and on that occasion he had to pull himself up off the floor at the Bowlers Arena to win against Clive Johnson. That showed he had guts and character. He's proved it coming back from the derailment by Scott Dixon, and it's a total dream for him, and at the moment a total nightmare for Jones. Have they got anything else to say to him?
Okay, you need 2 more of them, Michael.
Yeah.
3 more of them. All right? Yeah. Round 10 now. Yeah. Oh, come on, you got to dig it out. Yeah. You got to prove. This is where the champions prove themselves. Yeah. Okay?
Yeah. 3 more of them, Ray Farrell saying, suggests that he thought Michael Jones did enough that last round. Would you agree?
What you're going to lose.
Well, I think maybe he's just trying to cheese fighter up, trying to get Jamie Moore to pick it up, Jones to pick it up a little bit more. But really, you can only see one winner here at the moment. Jamie Moore's beating Jones to the punch, doing everything right. He's tired Farrell at the moment, he's just trying to gear Jones up.
He's tired, says Oliver Harrison. 9 minutes left of this vacant British Light Middleweight title and the Commonwealth belt, currently property of Michael Jones, which is slipping away as Jamie Moore continues to pile on the sensible pressure, keeping the defence fairly tight and the angles difficult. He's come of age, hasn't he?
He has. He's learned a lot from that defeat, obviously. He's still only 24 years of age, maturing all the time, obviously getting naturally stronger all the time, and has put in the performance of his career so far tonight.
Steve Foster and Steve Wood, who co-managed Jamie Moore, have always thought he would come good. They never had any doubt. Boxing's a funny game, and you've got to take your chances. Jamie was saying this week that he couldn't just not take this. He may never get it again, and he has taken it with both hands.
Poke it out, Mick! Poke it out, Mick! Don't wait!
Body shot from Jones, tries vainly to stop the Moore charge. But he just keeps coming forward, doesn't he?
Jones has got nothing. He can throw it more just marching forward, walking through everything Jones has got.
We wondered the other week when Hatton fought Vince Phillips whether there was a chance that Phillips could find a right hand because he had that power. There was always a hope. But when Scott Harrison fought Wayne McCulloch didn't have that equaliser, and you wonder whether Michael Jones has that turnaround punch. Is it just a question of Jamie Moore staying on his feet and he's going to become a double champion?
Surely Jamie Moore's got to be miles in front, but he's not going to take his foot off the gas. He's going to keep going here, Jamie Moore. He's putting in the performance of his life.
Valiant response from Jones. Again, the gum shield comes out. The nose has caused him so much trouble since it was split open in the early stages. John Coyle still hasn't noticed and nearly tripped over his own gum shield there. Michael Jones standing on it. John Coyle's seen it. What's he going to do this time? Back it goes to the corner. Again, we have another break. And again, no point deducted.
Well, I'm amazed that referee John Coyle surely should have taken the point off by now. But again, another round for Moore. Surely all he's got to do is stay on his feet for these next 6 minutes to become the new British Commonwealth champion.
Let's have a look at the punches landed. Well, almost double from Jamie Moore. Surprising, not as many body shots as we've seen before from him, but he totals nearly 200. And while Michael Jones has been brave, Jamie Moore was brave for even taking this fight, and is class showing.
Yeah, it certainly is. Jamie Moore's obviously done his homework, was very confident in his ability. That's why he's taken the fight. And he's brought the best out of him.
Come on, bottle time now. Right, he's tired. Okay, he's tired. Right, put your shots. Box, bang, 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 and move.
When he comes, man, when he comes, come on.
Bottle time now, they're saying. It's a last gasp effort, this. 6 minutes to save his Commonwealth belt and try and stop Jamie Moore from becoming the British Light Middleweight champion as well. Spencer has the difference of 8 points. It's John Coyle, the referee, who will decide. And there's a timeout here. Just a bit of tape loose on the left glove of Jamie Moore. And John Coyle, very experienced referee, surely seeing it the same way as you are. Jones needs a knockout.
It certainly does. I think a blind man could see that Jamie Moore's well ahead in this contest.
And Jones's manager, Jack Trickett, just went over to the corner there. Very, very worried about his charge. That's a good right uppercut, though, from the Liverpool fighter. And that was the best shot of the contest from him. And Moore sucked it up, but did it hurt him?
Didn't seem to hurt him that much. He seemed to take it quite well, but a beautiful right uppercut pick there.
So you wonder, preparing for the tall, rangy Paul Samuels, maybe he didn't work on uppercuts too much. Now he's in with the shorter guy. Should he have used that shot more? He does again.
Well, he's certainly working for him in there now.
The crowd trying to rally both fighters who have given us a tremendous, courageous clash here in Liverpool tonight. Both can be very proud of their achievements, but it's Jamie Moore who stands, we would think, on the threshold, unless Michael Jones can turn the script upside down. Gum shield out again. He doesn't mind. He wings in body shots. Such an effort from Jones, having had such a tricky fight.
Yeah, he's really trying to grit his teeth here, Jones. He knows he's well behind. Credit to him. He's trying to take the fight to Jamie Moore.
Great round this, here in the 11th. Great jab, rocks Michael Jones back. Listen to the crowd enjoying this. His face blooded, his will resilient, as Moore continues to come forward and prove that he can do this championship distance, or at least he's nearly there.
Well, he's certainly proved that. I think we're into the 11th round, and he's been going non-stop from the first.
Come on, champ boy. Okay, Michael, one more round like that. Okay. Come on, champ. Don't try and finish it. Right? Don't try and finish it. Win the round.
Yeah. Well, they're just telling him to win the round. He needs more than that, surely.
He certainly does. There we see the beautiful shot from Jones. Picked it lovely. Neglected the shot all night. A little short right uppercut. Perfect shot for Jamie Moore. He's only found the shot now in the 11th round. Could it be too late? Some of the other good work from Jamie Moore in the round.
Look at that. Tells the story. Can Jamie Moore hang on? These two may be leagues apart from the King of the World, Oscar de la Hoya, who runs the light middleweight division at the moment. But they've given us a cracker at domestic level here at the Everton Park Sports Centre tonight. Under 3 minutes for Michael Jones to stop Jamie Moore, and surely that's what he's got to do. Or will it be the sweetest night of the Salford Southpaws' 4-year professional career?
Well, if I was a gambling man, I think you certainly have to put your money on Jamie Moore here. He's looked confident from the opening bell. He's the one that's looked like the champion. Jones is the one that's looked ruffled right from the first bell. Mature performance from Jamie Moore. He obviously learnt a lot in defeat.
Again, he catches him with a jab and a left hook. He's looked so cool, Jamie Moore, for his first championship fight. Just looks down in his corner. Gum shield again. That's been a nightmare for Michael Jones. Never really recovered from the nose that's been bleeding profusely all the way through the championship contest. Never settled, never got into range or his rhythm. It has been Jamie Moore that has controlled the centre of the ring and the pace from round 1.
Yeah, in total control, Jamie Moore landing pretty much at will now. Michael Jones's face is looking a complete mess.
Jones swings, but there's little impact now. Both fighters so tired, but Jamie Moore continues to pick Jones off with that jab, the shorter jab that has got through all night and has negated Michael Jones's best. It's a real mess. There's Ricky Hatton here, beckoning his friend Jamie Moore in. The Moore supporters are on their feet. They feel this is the time, this is the moment that Jamie Moore has been waiting for.
And look how fresh he looks in this 12th and final round. Let's not forget he came in at short notice. He was only preparing for an 8-round fight. This tells you the conditioning of the fighter and the conditioning that the trainers put him in. Superb.
Credit to Oliver Harrison, who stuck by Jamie Moore, and Steve Wood and Steve Foster, who never gave up hope. Remember Ricky Hatton saying about halfway through, he's some fighter, Jamie Moore. He should know, he fought him in the amateurs. Well, Jamie Moore has come of age. This is his graduation night. He is the new British Light Middleweight champion. He rips the Commonwealth belt away from the Michael Jones, unbeaten until tonight in his long professional career. Jamie Moore becomes the first man to dent the Jones record. Short notice, no pressure, big underdog, no one gave him a chance, and he shocked us all.
What a performance, that's all I can say. Dominated from the first bell. Tremendous performance. We see what it meant to him. And he ran up and jumped on that ropes. He's obviously put everything in that. Look at the punches he threw. 762.
They threw nearly 1,400 between them. Let's give Michael Jones credit for getting through that with all the problems he had with Jamie Moore's style. And it was that, wasn't it? It was the short, stocky southpaw who managed to get inside and work his fight.
Well, let's take into consideration that the fight was changed at short notice. Jamie Moore originally was meant to be boxing Paul Samuels, a totally different style of fighter. And there's my scorecard, 119 to 109, really dominated for me, Jamie Moore.
Dreams come true. Poor Michael Jones, the destiny will have to wait. But the destiny for Jamie Moore is at 24. He is a double champion at light middleweight. And, well, it's fairy tale stuff.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 12 fantastic rounds of boxing, referee John Coyle has scored this contest for Jones 111, for Moore 118. Therefore, ladies and gentlemen, the winner and the new British and Commonwealth Light Middleweight champion from Salford, Jamie Moore.
Well, John Coyle had it almost exactly as Spencer Oliver did. A wide points margin, and Jamie Moore has the night of his life. Look at what those belts mean to him.
Had an absolutely crap performance last time, which was live on Sky. Got slated a bit for it, but it was down to not doing the weight properly. And I've had some expert advice since then, and everything worked brilliant tonight. I couldn't turn the opportunity down because of how I felt, and it's paid off. Over the moon.
You managed to outbox someone we thought was the master boxer.
Yeah, well, everyone always thought I was a fighter. I think I've shown after the Dixon fight that I started to box more through Oliver getting me boxing more. And I could always box. It come off tonight though, brilliant.
Gutsy effort from Jones, but was it actually easier than you expected?
No, not at all. To be honest with you, I didn't think he'd be able to take the pressure, but what a tough, strong boy he is, and all the respect in the world to him.
You seem to have learned from the Scott Dixon defeat. At 24, the future is suddenly very exciting.
Yeah, well, that is the best lesson I've ever had in boxing, from being amateur and professional. And I mean, a lot of the credit for me boxing goes to me old amateur trainer from the years back. If it weren't for him, I wouldn't be where I am today. And a lot of thanks to him. And I'm just over the moon. Everything comes right tonight.
And take the two